Hey everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me today. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with this tarot read. Remember guys, this is going to be a general read, so it may or may not resonate with you. That's just fine guys. You'll know if it's meant for you because the message is just going to make sense. Also, we are going to draw an energy card at the end of this read. Oh, I get the funniest vibe from that Earth Magic card. It does represent sort of planting a seed for the future. I do feel like this is going to be like something that occurred in the past that kind of wound up being like a seed for the future, like something that's going to come forward. Great and full. Yeah, and there we go. I got time machine too. Time machine, I can represent learning lessons from the past. This ties into Earth Magic. This is like something from the past coming back. Something coming back. And I feel like from the time that whatever this has happened, lots has changed in your life. A lot of things has changed in your life, which I know life is ever changing, ever moving, very fluid. But I do feel like you're moving into this royal you, and I don't feel like that's exactly where you were at when all of this started in the past. Whatever this was, you're just sort of in a different space in your life. Maybe not as far on your universal life journey. I do feel like you've been doing some growing, some evolving since then. And when whatever this is comes back, it's going to be like an opportunity to sort of like rekindle something. Like you're going to be in a different space where you're actually going to be able to take full advantage of whatever this is. Merry motive. And this was something you kind of let go of from the past too. It's kind of like timing wasn't right, or something just wasn't right about it, and there's like this level of acceptance needed that, it is what it is. It didn't work out. I'm just going to move forward and move on with my life, and I do feel like that's what you did. I do feel like this happened a while ago though. This isn't from like 2 weeks ago or a few months or even a year. This is farther back in your past, because I feel like when this thing comes forward, whatever this is, you're going to be surprised. Like this is really unexpected when it comes forward. Awakening Genius. Oh, see, and it's going to go completely different when it comes back now, because timing is different. You've evolved. You've become in a different way, a way that sort of allows whatever this is to actually take some kind of a foothold and bloom. Uncharted Sea. And you are in a transitional time right now too. This is part of why this is coming forward. It's like I do feel some sort of divine timing coming into play too. You're at a space in your life where you can choose sort of like a new future. Like you're not locked into something. You're sort of like open to change. So when this comes your way, it's like an opportunity to test it out. It's an opportunity to take advantage of it. Now, Uncharted Sea, it can speak to sometimes feeling lost, sometimes looking for direction. I do feel like it's tied into the land between, and it's not necessarily that you're lost. I just feel like that direction forward is not like set in stone yet. Like there's still a level of flexibility in what the future holds for you in a direction that you're going. Letting go. Whoops, I almost dropped a card. Let's see what we got. Burst of Magic. Let it go, let it go. You have recently had to let go of a love too. This is part of your transitional time. You've let go of some sort of a romance, some sort of an emotional connection. I do feel like your heart is healing from this, but you're not like deep in it. Like you're not in like a Nine of Swords kind of way. You're not like stuck deep in the emotions, having trouble moving forward. You're not like Five of Cups. I do feel like lightness from the cards. I do feel like joy is coming back. I feel like a level of optimism for the future and sort of looking forward to what's next. I just wish upon a star though. I don't know if this is your card. I feel like you've connected to whatever this is on some sort of level. I don't know if it's because of what you've been through lately that it's sort of got your mind thinking about things in the past. But whatever this is, if this might even be someone from your past is actually thinking about you. I feel like there's some kind of a connection here where we're like on the same sort of like vibrational wavelength. And it's like this connection kind of hit without anybody really knowing. This connection has been made. I do feel like it's going to drive some sort of action when that connection was made, that is this burst of magic. This is like somebody possibly deciding to reach out to you. Roots of abundance. Oh, that's interesting. Broken open. You know, setting down those roots. This is part of the seed too. This is part of this this earth magic, planting this seed for the future. Whatever this was from your past, is like it was always sitting there, and I don't feel like it was technically dormant. I feel like it was growing, but extremely slowly. And when this comes back together, when you come back together with what this is from your past, or who this might be from your past, I do feel like the roots are still there. Like whatever this history is that you've shared with whoever, whatever this is, it's like the groundwork, as almost like picking up where you left off, but better. Like you have some sort of a history there that sort of, it's like a bond already exists. And so we're just building on that. We're building on that. Broken open. I feel like this is part of this royal you and this new way of being in the world and being open and being vulnerable. I do feel like is giving you a level of empowerment. And because I feel in that level of empowerment, like being yourself. So not hiding anything, you know, not putting on a social mask, not pretending to be sort of like a certain way to save face or to sort of cushion your ego. I feel like it's just, you're like, I am who I am, and I love myself, and I have flaws, and you know, but I have lots of these beautiful strengths too, and I'm just going to accept myself and love myself for who I am. And I do feel like this is part of actually what's going to contribute to this working, because it's like I actually see the words more real. It's like you're more real now than you were before, because you've been through different things in your life, because you've evolved on your universal life journey, because you've sort of become this new person. I also get pulled back to this Mary motive card. This is like you sort of understanding more what you want in life, and I do feel like part of this heartbreak that you've had to let go of has helped you to define that. I feel like all these other things from your past as well have contributed to that. It's like, okay, what do I really want in life? If this is, you know, about a romantic partner, it's like, okay, what really counts to me? What do I really want? What are the things that I am not willing to compromise on? I do feel like that's part of this Mary motive, defining it in your mind and being open to somebody who has that. We're going to grab a few more before we get going with the Gilded Tarot. Smoke and Mirrors. I do feel like this Smoke and Mirrors is definitely speaking to that sort of, like I said, like letting down that social mask, that broken open. It's not telling lies about yourself. It's just like maybe trying to hide certain things or sort of carry yourself a certain way in which you think people want to see. This is more just about, this is who I am. This is who I am, and I'm fine with who I am, and some people are going to like it and some people aren't, and who gives a shit, because it's who I am and I love myself. I feel like you're coming into a great time in your life. I definitely feel that body and soul. Body and soul, it sort of represents that everything is interconnected. And I definitely feel that in this read too, and part of this healing process that you've been through, this evolving process that you've been through. It's like all these different levels of healing and growth. It's all interconnected. The heart, the mind, the soul. One always affects the other. Everything is interconnected. If one thing is off, it throws the whole works off. We're going to grab one more of these cards. There we go. We had one wanting to pop out. Beautiful uncaging. Oh, I tell you the vibe I got with this one. I think this is someone from your past, because I feel like your heart unlocking. When whatever this is shows up, this makes me feel like somebody from your past is coming back into your life. And like I said, you're in a different space than you were back then. You're in a better space. You're in a more evolved space. You're in a place where whatever this is can actually evolve and set down those deep roots, because there's already some sort of a history there. And I do feel like it is a positive history. Six of Swords. So you're moving on to something better. This hermit time has been good for you. This hermit time, this time sort of by yourself, to think, to grow. This has sort of helped you to understand yourself and to truly love yourself. It's helping this evolution of yours. I feel like you might have been more impulsive in your past, because that Knight of Wands, he can speak to somebody who's impulsive, who's sort of, he does speak of moving on too, but I feel like that was part of the impulsiveness, and sort of like something didn't work, so we just drop it and we move on to something else. I do feel like this might even tie into this person coming back from your past. Like there was something deep there, but there was maybe conflicts that came up. And it was sort of like something you thought, well, I don't really want to piss around with fighting with this person. I don't want to put the time and the effort in. I don't think this is going to go the way I want it to go. But I feel like this level of sort of like youth with this too. So I feel like this was probably early on in your dating life, and not a whole lot of experience was sort of like conflict resolution. And I do feel like it was just, you just had a different outlook on life back then. Things were just different. I feel like now that you've been through some things, now that you sort of found yourself, truly love yourself, and have defined this merry motive for yourself, and what really counts in life and what really matters in a partnership, I feel like you are a completely different person. Like you are absolutely different. You're in a different space. You're ready to put down roots. You're ready to do the hard work. The death card is about transition, sort of closing the door on one chapter and opening another. And it's funny because we have the Ten of Wands on one side of that. And the Ten of Wands is about sort of like burdens and heavy burdens. And on the other side, we have the Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles is about wealth and abundance. This is like we're closing the door on this old chapter. We're healing from these burdens. We're letting go of the past. We're severing ties. And we're moving on to a time of wealth and abundance. Yeah, we're letting it go. You're letting the past go, healing from the past, moving forward to the Sun card, to positive things. Positive things. I see lots of blessings moving forward. Yeah, you were young. You were young in this relationship when it came to an end. This thing from the past. I see that in this Page of Swords. It's a very young energy. Like I said, I don't feel like you were like super immature or bad or anything like that. It was just not having the experience in life, and you were just at a different place. You were just at a different place in life, and things have changed now. And that Three of Swords, I'll tell you guys, it looks pretty damn dramatic, doesn't it? It can represent heartbreak. It can represent separation, but it can also represent separation with the chance of reconciliation. And I do believe that is what we're talking about here. The Knight of Pentacles is like this steady Eddie. As like somebody who's in it for the long haul. It also speaks of something you've been working towards for a long time, finally coming to fruition. This is this person. I do believe this is a person from your past coming back. And coming back, and it's going to be more positive results this time. If you're willing to sort of open your heart up to love this time with this person, I feel like there's going to be a different energy too. Like it's going to be completely different if this person I do feel like they're going to contact you. You're not going to contact them. And if it's like going out on a date with this person, you're probably going to be like, oh, I wonder how I'm going to see or how I'm going to feel when I see them for the first time. There's going to be like a click. Like something's going to click and it's going to feel right. Any negativity or shit that happened in the past when you guys were young, I feel like not going to matter. I feel like you're going to absolutely connect. You're going to extremely connect with this person. It's very interesting. I can feel the energy in it, and I can feel the emotions from that time when the two of you actually get together in the future here. Yeah, the Eight of Swords. And the Queen of Pentacles, she speaks to wealth. She speaks to abundance. She speaks of confidence. This is the energy that you're coming forward with. Remember, just because it's a queen doesn't mean that this read has to be for a woman. It doesn't mean that it has to be for a man. It's just the energy that's coming forward, and she speaks of confidence. That is what I see here. Self-confidence. And there's also sort of this level of sort of generosity and like giving and nurturing and willing to put that effort into a relationship, willing to make that connection with someone. I feel like in the past you're just too young, and it probably wasn't just you, it's probably both parties were just too young to be able to make that connection. That's where that acceptance came in, and that it is what it is, and just had to sort of accept from the past that, you know, just wasn't in that space where I was ready for that, or where this thing could bloom. But things have changed now. I feel like things have very much changed now, and we are in a spot where this can work, where this can take hold, where this can sort of set down roots for the future. The Star card. Yeah. This is like everything happens for a reason. I totally feel this in this Ten of Swords. It can represent endings that are sometimes disappointing, but ones that benefit us in the long run. It's like all of these things that you went through in life, all these little steps along the way since you parted ways with this person, even the hurtful things, they all happened for a reason. They were all steps along the way to take you to your royal self and to help put you in a position that when this person comes back into your life, you can actually reconnect. It's like finding your own personal truth and being true to yourself, learning not to hold back anymore, and just sort of, again, being yourself, being your royal you. And I keep feeling that this is the transition that you've made. This is the transition that you've made in your life, where there's no social mask anymore. There's no sort of care about what other people think, or if other people don't like what you have to say or anything like that. You're just like, you know what, I am who I am, and I love myself, and some people are going to love me back and some people are not, and who cares? Who cares? Because I love myself. I have that distinct impression here. It's like cutting ties with this Devil card, which is anything destructive in the past. Finding that acceptance, finding that self-love, getting rid of any kind of, like I said, a social mask or any sort of trying to hide, or any insecurities or doubts. Being able to release that, I feel like you've very much done that. I feel like you've done whatever shadow work that had to be done. You've done a lot of evolving. You've done a lot of growing. Judgment is karma. It's getting back what we put out into the world. You're now putting this beautiful energy out into the world, and you are going to receive beautiful things. The Seven of Cups is all about choices too. You picked very carefully your choices. You were like, I'm not going to sit in a Nine of Swords. I'm not going to feel sorry for myself. I'm not going to sit in sadness. I'm not going to sit in negativity. I'm going to accept life for what it is. I'm going to heal. I'm going to love myself, and I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to embrace life. Two of Wands, it was the path that you chose. It's funny because that Two of Wands can represent a partnership too. And we have it sitting next to the Page of Wands, which speaks of news on the way. This is this person contacting you, wanting to rekindle a partnership. This person hasn't forgotten about you either. And this person thinks of you like a chance for a Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is abundance in the home life. This is how this person sees you. I don't think that's changed. They're going to be coming forward with an emotional offering. I think they're going to ask you out. This person. And I don't feel that this is going to be a knock on the door. I don't know that this is going to be a phone call either. I do feel like this is going to be like a written message. So this might come through in like an email or over on social media. Tower card. Yeah, because this Tower card represents what happened in the past. The two of you parting ways. And the Two of Cups, this person hasn't forgotten about that relationship. They haven't forgotten about you. They haven't forgotten about the potential that they felt for a partnership in that relationship, and the potential to attain that Ten of Cups. They haven't forgotten about that. They are going to be reaching out. Like I said, I see like written word is how that's going to happen. Oh wow. When they come forward to make this connection with you with this offering, this is like the Wheel of Fortune turning. This is like, for romance in your life, the Wheel of Fortune turning. The King of Wands, he is ambitious. He does speak to sort of those passions, ambition, drive. The Five of Wands can represent conflict. I feel like he's going to be talking about conflict from the past. I don't feel like this conflict is current. I feel like this is something the two of you have been through. I don't know exactly what happened. This person might be looking to mend this in a way that they might even bring forward an apology, because I feel like this will be touched upon in some way, shape, or form, what happened in the past. As they want to make amends and they want to try again. So depending on what happened, this person might actually be coming forward and sort of starting out with an apology about what happened in the past. Do you have the Four of Cups? The Four of Cups can represent sort of feeling emotionally detached. But we have it sitting next to the Four of Wands. I do feel that in some way, shape, or form, this is like a warning to not sort of shut this person down when you first hear this, to sort of contemplate how you feel about it. Do you feel like part of this message is going to be to, and that would make sense. This person's going to say, I wasn't in a space where I could build with you. I wasn't in a space where I could have that deep emotional connection. Like I felt with that Page of Swords. It happened in your guys' youth. Like, you guys were young when you were together. So yeah, there was arguing. Yeah, there wasn't, someone wasn't able to give an emotional connection. Maybe both parties weren't, but you guys were just young. You weren't ready to build. You were not ready to build, but life circumstance has changed for both of you. Not just you, but for this person too. The World card. It's funny what I see in the World card. I see like come back around. Well, I've never seen that in this card before. Those are the words that are being put into my mind. Come back around. Like whatever this is, it's coming back around. This person's coming back into your life. Ace of Pentacles. It is a chance for a new beginning. It's a chance for a new beginning. The Ace of Pentacles can sometimes represent finance. Sometimes we're not talking about money. We're talking about love. But when it does talk about finance and a new beginning, it's very positively aspected. I do feel that's what it's talking about with this Queen of Pentacles. And this coming forward has a lot of potential. This new beginning has a lot of potential with somebody else. Yes, this Empress has done her work. She has grown. I also feel like this Empress is speaking to the universe and sort of that divine matrix. Everything happens for a reason. Everything is interconnected. The Three of Cups represents happiness and celebration. And the Knight of Swords is victory and truth and honesty. And like this, being open and honest. This new way that you're being in loving yourself and being true to yourself, being open and honest. This is part of what's going to make this work for you. We have freedom. Interesting. You know, and it's like, it's funny because these were some of the vibes that I was getting early on with this new chapter of your life and sort of what you're finding. It's like a level of freedom within being true to yourself and being who you are. I think you're going to find this is part of the rewards that it brings to, is that sense of freedom, that sense of self-love, that sense of sort of like independence, and then it bringing a positive relationship to you. And in this relationship, you do not have to compromise any of that. That is the distinct impression I get. This person's been through their shit too. This person's done their shadow work. And this person has also evolved to a certain degree in their life to match you. It's like on the same vibrational wavelength is what I was feeling on that Wish Upon a Star card. Neither of you is going to have to give up this new sense of loving who you are. And freedom, I feel, complementary. When this comes back together, it's going to be complementary. Both these energies and being able to sort of set down roots. The history is already there. Now there's a new level of maturity and understanding and growth. And I feel like everything is just going to match this time around. Alrighty guys, I hope that you enjoyed the read. If you did, if it resonated, feel free to hit that like, that subscribe. It definitely helps these messages to get out there. Have a great day.